On this week's show, we introduce you to a Liberty football coach who's using his role for a purpose greater than winning and losing.
Plus, Lady Flames volleyball rolls to a conference crown, and we break down Liberty basketball's dominance by the numbers. It all starts now on this edition of Flames Central. A nail-biter in Connecticut, a conference title, and a farewell to one of the greats. So many stories to get to on this week's show. We're thankful you're here for it all. Alongside Matt Warner, I'm Emily Austin.
Yeah, as we do, we start with football. A second straight challenging road test as the Flames headed to UConn to face a Huskies team that was just one win away from bowl eligibility.
Yeah, it seems like UConn had a lot of motivation going into this one. Plus, Liberty would be down a couple guys on the defensive side of the ball and two of its running backs, which means the Flames would lean on this guy, TJ Green. We'll get back to Green in just a moment. Let's start in the first quarter. Liberty trailing 7-3, an early Caden Salter sighting. That doesn't end well. That's a sack, and then Matt, that's a scoop, and then that would be a score. Huskies are up early 14-3, but Liberty will respond in the second quarter on 3rd and goal. Jonathan Bennett looking for CJ Yarbrough, and he finds him. What a catch. Take another look. UConn leading 21-17 at the half. Let's fast forward to the third. You know that TJ Green I was talking about? Well, here he fights his way into the end zone to give Liberty its first lead of the contest. He had 119 yards on the ground. But Matt Warner, don't forget about my boy, Demario Douglas. It's me, Demario. He helped in the ground game as well. Take a look at this 75-yard touchdown run. He gone. Put him on the track team. Liberty up 33-28 at this point, but UConn scores with less than 3 minutes to play. So last chance for Liberty, down 3, 4th and 13, 48 seconds. Jonathan Bennett can't get Caleb Sneed there. It's incomplete. The Huskies would snap the Flames' 6-game win streak. Coach Freeze, where did you guys go wrong today?
We didn't play well on defense today. It's the first game this year. We haven't played real well. Obviously, when that happens, offense has got to score more points, and we didn't get it done today offensively either. They wanted it today a little worse than we did, it appeared, and they played really solid football game. It's frustrating that we didn't play our best or coach our best, and we win and lose together.
Well, as much fun as it is to win, as much as it hurts to lose, Liberty football coaches do a great job of keeping the game in its proper perspective. One of those coaches being co-offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach Maurice Harris. With all he's experienced in his life, he views what he does as a ministry and an opportunity to point his players to Christ.
Coaches and players spend countless hours studying and perfecting a game plan with one goal in mind: to win.
End zone, it's up and it's caught.
This game of football is amazing.
Touchdown, Liberty. And that is going to do it. The celebration begins at Williams Stadium.
But what if winning is not the goal? What if the goal has nothing to do with football at all?
So pick a spot, man, where it's open. What's up, baby? All right?
Coach Maurice Harris has been coaching football for more than 2 decades, and he says mentoring his players is the top priority.
That responsibility is huge, and it's one that I don't take for granted. And it's one that motivates me every single day to impact their lives. What about you?
But he's not alone in that responsibility. His wife, LaQuisha, plays an important role.
I'm the stern one. It's not Maurice. And I think that the players, they feel that, they know that. Because with Maurice, what you see is who he is. He never puts on the front.
Once a month, Maurice and LaQuisha open up their home to players, but not just to offer them a home-cooked meal or talk more football.
We teach them to be the best husband, father, and man they can possibly be. They're going to be a good football player. This is a ministry, no doubt about that.
And they have been perfecting it for years. But to understand how this ministry began, you first need to know how Maurice and LaQuisha first met.
We both grew up in the same neighborhoods. We both knew a lot of the same people, but we never knew each other until 1990.
At Whitehaven High School, It was after our spring football game. And I really wasn't looking for a girlfriend at the time.
We started dating in March of 1990. I was 16 and Maurice was 17.
We first went to different colleges. She went to Tennessee State University and I went to Arkansas State University for our freshman years. One thing that I did to entice her, I said, if you come to school with me, I will pay for your books. So a lot of my friends used to tease me that I put my girlfriend on scholarship.
I think definitely God destined our steps to be together.
You know, we both came from situations that were, tough.
Maurice and I both grew up with the same background. My mom being a single parent, my dad on drugs.
My dad, he was a drug addict, alcohol, ruined his life. He was abusive, and he and my mom would physically fight. And I remember asking him, "Man, what kind of man hits on a woman?" I couldn't understand that at an early age.
The fighting stopped when Maurice's parents divorced, and at the time, a young Maurice was relieved.
I remember standing in the kitchen and telling my mama, "Thank you." And I genuinely meant that, thank you, because, you think about going to school, not really knowing, what was going on back at the house. You're not able to focus at school like a child should. It showed me like the strength of my mom, the way she always, fought through and persevered. She could have easily thrown in the towel, but she didn't. She fought for us on a daily basis. I mean, she had 4 children. I'm the oldest of 4. And just to see her strength every single day was amazing.
As we've gotten older and gotten more into the word, I understand why those things happen. And I understand my grandmother praying, my mother praying, or his grandparents praying. You feel those prayers.
Yeah, did I pick up CJ? To teach that mentality, it's better to give than to get. It's something that we really been focusing on. 92% of our problems, all right, we face is because the father is not in the home.
Maurice is amazing. He does so much for anybody. My family, his family, neighbors, friends. He's amazing.
That's what people did for me. We didn't have a lot of, we didn't. So people always came to our aid. And I don't forget that. The reason why we're so giving because people gave to us.
It's very important to have God at the center of the relationship, of the marriage, with our kids, with our friends, just whatever it may be.
Last year we were in Atlanta. It's important that they see my wife come around the program now and to see me to be, the husband that I want to be. So now I can example that for them. You think about the father that I want to be, and I want them to see that too.
I want people to see what it looks like to have a holy marriage and what it's like to support one another, love on one another.
What's your definition of a man?
It's very important to me to be supportive to him because I feel like that's how he grows. I mean, the Bible states that the man is the provider, he's the protector, and it's important for me to push him where he needs to be, where he wants to be. If I see him lacking, I'm going to encourage him. If I see him hurting, I'm going to comfort him. Whatever it may be, whatever I need to do as a wife, I'm going to support him on that.
It took football to really teach me why I coach football. I realized that I teach and coach to impact God's kingdom, not just to win football games. And that changed my whole perspective on how I go about coaching these young men.
With God at the center, we can take on the world no matter what. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, none. So bring it.
Thanks to our John Pratt for producing that piece. You know, I was on some of the production shoots with Coach and his wife. Yeah. They are the real deal. Such a great example for these players of what a marriage that has a foundation in Jesus really looks like.
Yeah, it's been cool to see since that piece was posted to social media how many current and former players have commented, reached out, and talked about Coach Harris and the example he's been to them, not just on the field, but off the field. And it makes you feel like, okay, like you said, this is the real deal, and you're seeing the results of all these years of being a great example to his players.
Another thing that's the real deal is Quisha's sweet potato casserole and that mac and cheese. Who needs some more of that? All right, to the hardwood. The Flames are coming off a tough road loss to Alabama. But you know the best thing about basketball, Matt?
Tell me, 3-pointers?
You get to play another game a couple days later. You know the second best thing? If you have Darius McGee on your team. Sure. Come on, get it together. This guy is unstoppable. He finished with a game-high 27 points. He was absolutely on fire from behind the arc. 6 of 10 from downtown, and the nation is taking notice. The guard was selected to the 2022-23 Wooden Award watch list, which isn't surprising at all. Plus, look at this shot. Matt Warner on the call. Take it away.
You could see the thought cross his mind about launching from the logo. Instead, draws the foul, hoist, and hits! Get out of here, Darius!
Wow, what a shot. Even better call. Guess what? Darius can pass, too. Blake Preston on the other end, putting it down. Take a look from the rim cam. All right, I'm going to see a lot of that this year. Matt, Brody Peebles wanting to join in on the fun as well. He finished with 12. The Flames get back to their winning ways and take this one 79-63.
All right, we stay with hoops now. Under Richie McKay's watch, the Flames have gone from one of the worst programs in the country to one of the most accomplished mid-majors in all the land. Don't believe me? That's fine. As they say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And we have the numbers.
Oh, hello there, Flames basketball. Welcome back. Another season, another year of super high expectations for the Flames. But why? What's all the hype around Liberty men's basketball? Well, let me break it down for you because this is one of the most successful programs in the country as of late. In the last 4 seasons, Liberty has recorded 104 wins, which ranks 4th in the country during that span. The Flames have also won 3 ASUN titles in 4 years, as well as 3 regular season crowns. Go ahead, call it a mid-major powerhouse, which is known for its pack line defense, aka Liberty locks people up. Look at where the Flames have ranked the past 4 years under head coach Richie McKay. Bottom line, Coach McKay needs a bobblehead. Like right now. Put me down for 3, please. Oh, this guy needs one too. Darius McGee. Did you see that shot he made from the Liberty Tower? It was like 250 feet high. I mean, come on. McGee was the ASUN Player of the Year back-to-back seasons, and he's tabbed to do it again this year.
Gets to the rim for 2 more!
Can you say three-peat? Listen to this stat. Darius is the only Division I player in the last 30 seasons to score 800 points, grab 145 rebounds, record 115 assists, and make 140 three-pointers in a single season. And also currently sits in the top 5 for career three-pointers among active players.
McGee fading away. Oh my! Darius McGee, he's unstoppable!
Well, now that I got you fired up, just sit back and relax and watch the Flames march toward the madness once again.
Oh, that was fun. All right, we go from one program that's made a habit out of winning to one that's discovered a new level of success this season. Liberty Volleyball was preseason picked to finish 5th in the ASUN. They would outperform those projections. For the first time in program history, the Lady Flames are ASUN regular season champs, and it's the first regular season conference title of any kind since 2012. Liberty rode a 10-match win streak down the stretch, finishing with a 14-2 mark in ASUN play, tied for the most conference wins ever in a season. The girls will now carry the number 1 seed into the conference tourney. Just an incredible year for Trevor Johnson and his squad.
A theme throughout our season has been like not playing just to not lose, but playing to win and having that grit and killer instinct in order to win. I think that's been a huge part of our success, being able to unite together as a team, having the grit, and playing to win instead of just playing not to lose.
It was a goal for us for sure, to win a regular season championship, and that's been my goal since year one here. And so we just really hadn't had the team health-wise or other circumstances just didn't line up, and God had a plan for this team and this program for this year. So they just work really hard. They find ways to win. Delaney is going to will this team to, whatever it takes. Them coming together as one unit, playing unselfish volleyball was huge.
Coming up, a farewell from one of Liberty Field Hockey's all-time greats.
Plus, Rhett McGibbon joins the show to share this week's best performances. It's Warm, Hot, and Fuego, and it's coming your way next.
So you're looking for a university that's perfect for you, a school that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study, and maybe a few more, just in case you change your mind.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, look at this campus.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
And great recreational activities.
Okay, now we're on a roll. Somewhere you can hike, slide, strike, shoot, climb, eat, and most importantly, eat. You want a place that takes you to space? Okay, maybe not, but we can teach you how to fly, or pastor a church, or run a business. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books. And an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
A college education needs to work at your speed. Let's get you on track at Liberty University.
Robinson, the deep triple, that goes down. Darius McGee, the lob, and sends it in! Fading away. Oh! Come on back. You're going to see a lot more of that.
Hey, welcome back to Flame Central. Last week we told you that Liberty Field Hockey had earned a trip to the NCAA tournament for the second straight season. But advancing would be a tough task against number 2 Maryland. Remember, Liberty knocked the Terps out of the postseason a year ago, and early on, it looked like they might do it again. After a scoreless first half, in the third quarter off the penalty corner, Jody Conley puts it in the back of the net, and Liberty out in front. That lead wouldn't last long, however. Later in the quarter, Margot Lawn would tie things up at 1 apiece, and we would eventually head to overtime. In fact, 2 overtimes. In the second OT, Maryland earns a penalty stroke. Flames keeper Azul Aritsidi Idigoshin had stopped one earlier, but this time Riley Donnelly gets the job done. Maryland wins at 2-1 in double OT. A tough ending to the Lady Flames season.
But still, an incredible accomplishment for field hockey. One of the reasons for the Flames' success, not only this season, but the last 4 years, is because of Daniela Rhodes. She finished her career as the second leading scorer in school history and may have broken that record if she wasn't injured late in the season. Regardless, the South African has helped take this program to the next level during her time on the turf.
I've loved this game for as long as I can remember, but I never thought it would take me this far. Even coming to America to play field hockey seemed impossible, but I took a leap of faith.
That's a Flames goal, scored by number 10, Daniela Rhodes.
Liberty, you welcomed me with open arms and made me a part of your family, and for that, I will forever be grateful.
2, 3,
All of the girls and the coaches, we trust each other, we believe in each other, and I think that's what really makes us really good. Over the last 4 years, we've accomplished a lot together. We won the Big East for the first time, and we got to play in our first ever national championship game.
The Liberty Flames get on the board, and who is it? The impact player, Ms. Daniela Rhodes.
But we've always played for something bigger than ourselves, bigger than a number on a scoreboard. And it's easy to see looking back that it was the relationships and the memories that we made together that I will cherish most of all.
Inside the circle, Sam score! What a shot! Oh my goodness!
Liberty wins it! The Flames are heading to the national championship game!
It's hard for me to say goodbye to the mountain and begin a new chapter. But once a flame, always a flame.
Boy, Daniela Rhodes going to be missed. If you're doing a Mount Rushmore of Liberty field hockey, she's probably on it. One of the all-time greats. All right, Rhett McGibbon, he's on our Flame Central Mount Rushmore. I'll tell you that right now. Joins us, as always, for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty athletics. Do we have a theme this week, Rhett?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with sports, but I saw it was National Butter Day this past week. And I was looking into it, and that the average person... I bet you were looking into it.
Yeah, well, let me dig into this a little bit.
The average person eats 25 sticks of butter a year.
Wow. Yeah. All right, well, let's churn out some good ones here today, Rhett. We begin with Warm. What do you got?
Yeah, TJ Green, this young man coming off just injury, and then trying to get back into the flow of things when they needed him most. Had a terrific game against UConn, 119 yards, 5-yard average, which I thought was huge because, with bodies out, he was going to get a lot of carries. But that number, they played out. 119 yards, 5-yard average. That's great. 1 touchdown. Moving forward, though, it's probably going to be a 50-50 split with him and Jedra Lewis, and I think that's great for him. You lose Day-Day, and he was, in a lot of ways, in every down back. He was your horse, and that was horrific for the Flames losing him. But now you're in good hands with Jedra and TJ, and I think the Flames moving forward, it's going to be in good shape.
Yeah, I think so, too. All right, from Warm, we go to Hot. Who's your choice here?
Azula Ridley, this young lady. I was going into the numbers, this game against Maryland, okay? And it's easy to look at the box score and just say, oh, the Flames lost 2-1 in OT. But when you break it down, Maryland had 23 shots in that game. Now, not all on goal, but that's a lot of shots. 8 penalty corners, okay? You saw the goal against in OT was off a penalty stroke. She had 12 saves. She was just basically keeping the Flames in the game.
She was what she's been her whole career, wasn't
exactly.
she? Like, amazing.
She was a stud between the pipes and just a great game by her. I didn't want it to go unnoticed, and that was a huge part there.
Yeah, she was fantastic. All right, finally, in Fuego, Rhett, who you got?
All right, let me set this up a little bit. I'm in my bed on my phone. It's not too late. I'm kind of getting an early night, and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and then I hear those magical pipes over here of just, Darius McGee, are you kidding me? And I look, I'm like, what's Darius done now? And we go to it. That left-handed shot, what a play by him. You're just thinking, all right, this is just going to be another run-of-the-mill opportunity where Darius is going to go to the line for 3, hoist it up, left-handed. You see a local beat reporter down there just patting his head like, did I just see what I thought I saw? What an incredible play. Darius, you really
I don't
start to wonder how much further can he go in certain areas.
Well, and I don't know if I could get it there with my left hand that. Without really being set and really he's hanging midair, switches to the left and still can get it.
Exactly. If you thought it might bump off the front of the rim and then kind of have enough force to go in, maybe that would work, but man.
Every night he does something we've never seen before. Rhett, great job as always. We appreciate it. All right, still to come, there's a developing story in our Flames Fantasy League. Stick around to seeing who's making Emily awfully nervous down the stretch. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do, and getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books, and an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
What does it mean to be a leader? It means having a passion for serving others and using the gifts God has given you to help those around you. At Liberty, we want to equip you to lead faithfully in this complex world. Lead as a teacher, a disciple maker, and a follower of Christ. Doctoral education with the Rawlings School of Divinity has always been about the kingdom of God. If you're ready to take the next step in ministry training, we are ready to equip you for faithful ministry.
At Liberty University, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen. That's why we are offering our Middle America Scholarship to help families like yours by providing over $20,000 over the course of 4 years. Money should not hold you back from the life-changing experience at Liberty University. Find out if you qualify for the Middle America Scholarship today.
At the fence, leaping! Wow! To the 5, pylon, he's in!
Hey, welcome back to the show. If there's one thing everyone loves about sports,
it's
a comeback. Who doesn't love a great comeback story? And we may be witnessing one in our Flames Fantasy League. How about that?
No, Matt, we're not. For the record, I'm not even worried. Even the best take a week off.
Okay, well, you certainly did. Let's take a look at the scores. Remember, Joe Yock, Emily, and myself, it's like fantasy football, but with Liberty players. And Joe Yock hung over 68 points on the board. A big week as he's closing that gap. Emily's still out in front. I'm trailing way behind right now, but you feeling it a little bit?
No, Darrell Johnson, Trish,
2 regular season games
carry me.
and a bowl game left. There's still
Day. That
time.
hurts.
That does hurt. All right, hey, we want to remind you to check out the Flame Central podcast where we break down all things Liberty Athletics. I think you'll enjoy it.
And don't forget our website, libertyflamecentral.com. For Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you next time.